Hey everybody, I recently read an article that stated that 51% of creatives on YouTube are making less than $500 a month from ad revenue.
$50 a week, not a lot of money.
That is a lot of work for not a lot of money. So today, I want to share with you everything I know about how to get yourself some brand deals and monetize your creative platform outside of revenue. And I'm going to share with you the actual emails I use. There'll be a link in the comments so you can copy them. Hey everybody, I'm Saul Colt, the host of the License to Print Money show powered by Spreadshop. The goal of the show, for as long as they let me do it, is to show creative people how to make money from their creative life. So have you subscribed yet? Have you smashed the bell? I've got to come up with a new script here because I'm saying the same thing. Well, you should, because every Tuesday and Friday we are going to cover ways to generate income from your creative life. Everything from growing audiences, the nuances of each platform, launching a podcast, and most importantly, the secret to selling merch. We did one episode on merch. We're going to get back to it because merch is a huge way to generate revenue. So speaking of merch, by now, I hope you know the show is sponsored by Spreadshop. I've had a Spreadshop for over a decade, and in my opinion, they're the very best online solution for selling all kinds of merch like clothing, bags, all sorts of things. That's my personal testimonial. I'll read a proper ad read later in the video, but Spreadshop's the greatest. Check them out. Hey, brand deals. Man, that sounds sexy, doesn't it? If I'm being honest, it is very sexy, and it adds a slew of credibility to your channel, but they don't just magically happen. Like everything we discuss on the show, you have to make them happen. They're work.
Yeah, work.
It's time, it's energy, but it pays off, and it's worth it. So let's pretend for a minute. Imagine having your favorite brands emailing you. They're filling your inbox with exciting collaboration opportunities.
It's about the Nike meeting.
That's the dream, right? Well, unless you're super popular or semi-famous, it just doesn't happen easily. I've already told you a few times that building a strong audience and engagement takes time.
Yeah, 4 years of work.
But that doesn't mean you can't be pitching brands proactively. By reaching out to brands that align with your content, you're taking control of your monetization journey. The truth is that there are brand deals out there for creatives, and you don't need 1 million followers to get them.
When you sign with Nike, remember I wear size 6.5.
What you do need is to show that the people who do follow you are interested in you, and that they'll purchase or share, whatever you're talking about if the brand makes sense.
So please take my money, please, okay?
So I've been on both sides of the brand deal table, proposition, whatever we want to call it. And personally, I would always rather work with a creative that has a passionate but smaller following than somebody with huge numbers but whose followers are uninterested and worse, untargeted. The more niche you are in your content, the easier it is to convince brands to work with you. And it all starts with the email. And your email, is key. The first step to landing those deals, crafting a compelling email pitch. I use 3 different approaches depending on the situation. Approach number 1, and I'm going to share all of these in the comments, but approach number 1 is to ask questions. The pitches are not about you. The best pitches are a conversation, and I like to ask questions that shows genuine interest in the brand's needs. Like I said in the comments, I've added a link to all these templates I use, but you guys can take or use my templates as a starting point. But in the email, I focus on what type of content I share, how I can help them, and ask them about their goals and interests. Option number 2, and I kind of do a combination of all 3 every time, but interact before you pitch. Another way to establish or approach brands is to establish a connection. And that comes from engaging with their content before you reach out. This familiarity if I said that right, can make your cold email feel a little lukewarm or warm. By sharing personalized ideas and referencing past interactions, you're showing dedication and fostering a genuine connection that doesn't feel like a pitch. And finally, I can't stress enough the importance of personalization, tailoring your pitch to the brand and its products. And that demonstrates your commitment. While it might take a bit more effort, this approach speaks volumes about your dedication. Remember, a well-crafted email can open doors that a generic one just might not. And remember, the email
What, you mean the email?
is only half of the process. Once you hit send, you need to start working on the follow-up because all the magic comes on the follow-up. Chances are you are not going to get any response to your first email, maybe your second email, maybe your third email. But you cannot let that discourage you. Give it a few days, send a gentle follow-up expressing your continued interest. I like to wait 5 days. There's no science behind it. I just think it's not too long that they forget about the first email, and it's not too short where you're basically being annoying. The last piece of advice on this topic is about media kits. A compelling media kit that showcases your reach, engagement, previous collaborations, maybe a case study or two, is so important. Think of it as your resume for brand partnerships. If you're not sure how to create one, don't overthink it. It can be as simple as a one-page sheet that lists your rates, your audience, how often you post, your viewership numbers, as well as any sales numbers or results from previous campaigns. Remember, not every pitch will lead to a deal, and that's okay, but it is all about persistence. Persistence pays off. Keep refining your pitch strategy, learning from each interaction, and don't get discouraged by rejections. This is sales, and 90% of the time, people are going to say no. So, to wrap it up, I've given you a pretty cool roadmap to crafting effective pitch emails and securing those brand partnerships. The key takeaways, if you fell asleep or skipped to the end, ask questions, engage before you pitch, personalize your approach, follow up strategically, and be persistent. Now's the time for you to put these insights into action. I want you to start writing your own emails or use mine, but make this part of your daily routine. Okay, before we go, let's talk about Spreadshop. Are you a creative individual looking to turn your ideas into profit? I am. Are you an entrepreneur searching for a seamless way to establish your own brand? Yes, again. Or perhaps you're part of an organization aiming to fundraise and promote your cause. That's not me, but it's still good. Look no further than Spreadshop, the ultimate solution for creating and selling customer merchandise online. Spreadshop offers an extensive range of high-quality products, including t-shirts, hoodies, hats, bags, so much. Simply upload your designs and Spreadshop takes care of all the heavy lifting. No need to worry about production, inventory, fulfillment. Visit www.spreadshop.com today and tell them Saul sent you. And I can't go without saying this. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the like buttons, hit the bell. Our goal is to make you money, and hopefully if you're following what we say and if you actually implement some of these ideas, you're going to see a real uptick in revenue very soon. Thank you guys. It's a long weekend. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you in a couple days with a new video.
You can't